Students, today I am going to explain you what is loop and what is the role of loop in programming. Dear students, so today I am going to tell you about a programming construct known as iteration. We also term it as looping. What? Looping. Let's take an example of looping from real life situations. In this slide, I have displayed many pictures which can be perfect examples of looping. Let's discuss them one by one. In one of the picture, you can see one boy skipping a rope. In this case, the nature of job is same, that is skipping rope, and it's repeated finite number of times, maybe 10, 20, 30, or so on. This is an example of finite looping. Okay. In the second picture, you can see a boy doing push ups. Again, the same task is being repeated. This is also one example of looping. Similarly, we come across various such tasks which can be interpreted as an example of looping or iteration, like water cycle, bird cycle, ferries wheels, and amusement parks, and even your daily routine can be taken as an example of the same. Iteration can be both finite, or you can say fixed, and infinite, or not fixed. So let me illustrate this one by one. One example I want to give you. If I say you to do 10 push ups, it is finite loop. If I ask you to do push ups, so it will be infinite loop. Now, can I ask you some examples of looping from your real life situations? In our previous slides, I have given you so many examples, so many real life examples of looping. But what is looping in technical language? So in Python, the statements that keep repeating themselves as long as a given condition is true are called iterative statements or repetitive statements. As soon as the condition becomes false, the loop terminates. These are called looping statements or simply loops. Basically, we use two types of looping. First one is for loop and second is while loop. So as I have told you that we use two types of looping. So first I want to take for loop. The for loop is used when we are sure about how many times a loop body will be executed. It is also known as definite loop. It means when we know that how many times we want to run anything, then only we can use for loop. In Python, the working of for loop is based on various operators and functions. So, for example, I have given you the syntax of for loop in which few things we are using. For example, for keyword we are using here. Whenever we have to use for loop, we always use this keyword. And next is initial value, then final value, and step value. These three parameters we pass in range function. Now we are going to try both of the loops practically. So first I'm going to show you how to use for loop. Okay, for that I have already created new file, as you can see. So the first line what we have to write while using for loop is for, where for is a keyword, for I in range. As you know that range is a function where we have to use three parameters. Okay, so for I in range 1 comma 11, as I want to run this loop till 10, that is why I'm writing 11. Okay, and the last parameter what I'm passing here, that is 1. Fine, and 1 is working as uh, the step value. Okay, first one is working as the initial value from where the loop will start. The loop will run till 10, as I have given value to 11, and the last one is working as the step value. Okay, and press enter, and I'm going to write print I. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to do, I am trying to print counting from 1 to 10 with the help of for loop. Fine, and the variable what I have taken in for loop is I. Any variable we can take. So for example, I have taken I. You can take A, B, C, X, Y, Z, anything you can take. Here I have taken I. And I have done this loop, and then I'm going to run this program. Simply click on run, then run module, and it is asking to save the code. I am saving this code with name double F, and then click on save option simply, and you can see the output 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 till 10. So I have got the desired output with the help of for loop. I hope this is clear. And now I am going to show you how to use for loop to get the same output. Okay, so we can use the same file, or I can take any new file for this. So here I'm going to take a new file. Fine, and we can close this previous one. Okay, and as I have already explained that when we use while loop, we have to create one variable. Okay, so here again I'm taking I as the variable, and I'm initializing this I with initial value 1. Okay, so this I have taken as variable, and the value of I is 1 here. Now in the next line I am going to use while keyword. It means while loop we are going to use, and I am putting the logic or the criteria, you can say the condition, I until I is less than 11. So this is the condition what I want to put in this while loop. And in the next statement, print I. Okay, and in the next statement, I is equals to I plus 1. So I have completed with the code. Let's run this code. I hope it is clear. In first line what we are doing, we are declaring one variable, and and the variable is I. The value of variable is 1 because I want to start my loop with the value 1. And in the next line we are using while statement, in which I am defining this the condition until the value of I is less than 11, the loop will run. Fine, and again the body of the loop I have defined as print I, and I is equals to I plus 1. It means every time the value of I will increased by 1. Okay, so let's run this code. And just because I had created a new file, again it is asking for the file's name, and you can see the output here on the screen. And we have got the same output as I have told you that I want to get same output with the help of for loop as well as while loop. So I hope it is clear. If it is not clear, you can see the video again, or you can ask me your queries, okay, by commenting. Tata, bye bye.